Bandit family, we back at it like a crack addict, about to get the doggos right. If you fucking with the content, go and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, send it to your mammy. It'd be greatly appreciated. So somebody commented on my videos and they wanted me to speak about my future plans with the dogs. Even though I spoke about this before, I have gained a lot of new subscribers, so not everybody might not know my plans with the dogs. So I wanted to, originally I got Bubba back in 2021 with no plans on breeding him at all. So I had Bubba and Brock. I got Brock back in 2015, so I had Brock for a while. But then I got Bubba when I was stationed in Colorado. And then after I got Bubba, I had bought Apollo for my nephew. But then my nephew ended up really not being able to take care of him because he just was a lot. So we ended up giving Apollo back to my cousin. And then I ended up buying Apollo back from my cousin. And then I ended up taking Apollo back with me to Colorado, once again with no plans on ever really breeding dogs. But after getting Bubba, I was just thinking to myself, there's not too many dogs out there like Bubba. So if y'all don't know, Bubba is a South African Boerboel and Presa Canario mix. So he's, in my opinion, the perfect guard dog. But like I said, I never really had intentions on breeding him, but then it just hit me after a while. I just thought to myself, maybe I should breed him and kind of create my own guard dog in a sense. And then somebody that I knew from back home was selling a litter of Boerboel, Presa, and Pit pups, which was who I got Bella from. So, and then when I seen that he was selling Bella, I just thought to myself, that'll be the perfect dog to breed Bubba with, because she already has the Presa and Boerboel in her, but not only that, she also has the Pit. So that just adds to the prey drive of the dog, athleticism, agility, just a bunch of different things, a bunch of good qualities that it add to the dog in my opinion. So I wound up getting Bella for Bubba to breed them to create my guard dog. Then I ended up getting Ellie, which Ellie is a pocket bully. And then after I got Ellie, I got Tux. No, I think after I got Ellie, I may have gotten Dream. Yeah, after Ellie, I got Dream for Apollo. I got Dream to breed to Apollo. I felt like they would be the perfect dogs to breed to each other. And then after Dream, then I got Tux. And I got Tux to breed with Ellie. And Tux and Ellie are somewhat, not somewhat, but they are related. Ellie is Tux's uncle, or not Ellie is Tux's uncle, but Tux is either Ellie's uncle or Ellie is Tux's aunt. Some shit like that, I can't really remember. And then some people be like, why were you breeding? Stupid motherfucker. That's how you create a strong bloodline, especially if you like the qualities in the dog already. Which, when I first got Ellie and Tux, they both had high rear hips. But now, since I've started raising their food bowls ever since I got them. So if y'all don't know, if you have a dog that has high rear hips, one way that you can help with that is to raise their food bowls while they eat, because that then strengthens the phalanges in their feet, which will then cause them to stand up more stand more upright, which will then level out their front to their rear. So that's one way to help if you have a dog with high rear hips. Elevate their food bowls, because they're working out their feet. So once I decided that I wanted to actually breed dogs, I wanted to get a dog to breed to each other that I felt like made sense and that will work out. So that's why I got Bubba and Bella. They'll create my guard dog line, and those would be for the more experienced people, the more experienced dog owners, people that are looking for dogs for protection, bite work, guard dogs type of thing. That'll be more so Bella and Bubba's litter. Those dogs aren't gonna be for everybody, because everybody, I already know, not everybody is capable of having a dog like Bubba and Bella, because they're a lot, especially Bubba. They definitely gonna require some type of training to anybody who I do decide to sell my dogs to. And I'm not just gonna sell my dogs to anybody. I'm not in this shit for the money, just to make money. I just love dogs, and honestly that wasn't the reason why I even got my dogs initially. Well, Bubba and Apollo, I never got my dogs to breed them initially, but after I got them, it just made sense. It's kind of like, why not breed them? In a sense, you have the perfect dogs to breed. I know people are going to be drawn to my dogs, so it's kind of like, why not breed them? So that's kind of my stance when it comes to that. And I never really understand when people say that people are backyard breeders, when 9 times out of 10, anybody who you gotten your dog from, technically they breed their dogs in their backyard. So technically, isn't everybody a backyard breeder? I never really understood how people try to use that as a derogatory term. Like, they call me a backyard breeder. It's like, that doesn't hurt my feelings. At the end of the day, everybody is really a backyard breeder. So yeah, that is my plans for breeding my dogs in the future. Is Bubba to Bella, Apollo to Dream, and Ellie to Tux. Oh yeah, I didn't finish explaining to y'all what I meant, well, what I was talking about. So Bubba and Bella will be for the more experienced dog owners, people that are looking for protection dogs, guard dogs. And then Apollo and Dream and Tux and Ellie's pups will be more so for your average dog owner. Because like I tell y'all all the time, I think pocket bullies are the perfect starter dog. Some people say that pocket bullies aren't healthy, which I disagree with that, because obviously I have 2 healthy pocket bullies. But when it comes to my pocket bullies, I would say that they're healthy because I actually put the time and energy into correcting a lot of the deficiencies that they may have had. So like the high rear hips, I corrected those by raising the food bowls, like I told y'all earlier. And then a lot of pocket bullies bullies in general have gut issues. So that's why I feed them like I feed them. That's why I choose to feed them raw. That's why I choose to spend a little bit of extra money in their food, so that I could kind of mitigate the health issues that they come with. And then the only way that you're gonna know the type of health issues that your dog comes with is if you do the research before you get them. So I did the research and I figured out the different type of health issues that they have, and then I put different things in place to help with those health issues that they may come with. So that's another thing that y'all got to think of. But like I was telling y'all, I think that pocket bullies are the perfect starter dog for anybody, especially if you don't really have any dog experience. The only thing that you just really have to worry about is the gut issues, honestly. But other than that, I don't think I wouldn't say that they're really an unhealthy dog. But don't get me wrong, there are a lot of pocket bullies out there that aren't that healthy, but that's just because of different breeders will have dogs that they shouldn't have, and then they just continuously breed those dogs to each other, even though that they know these dogs aren't the healthiest of dogs. So but like I said, I know that they came with certain issues, so I put certain steps in measure, and I put certain steps in place so that I didn't have to worry about the health aspect when it came to them, honestly. And a lot of people say that pockets aren't athletic, but that's not true either. Like, I had one guy comment and say that pockets weren't a healthy dog and they weren't athletic and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, that shit ain't true. Because Ellie is probably one of the most athletic dogs that I have, her and Bella. And like I said before, that's the whole reason that Ellie is on a chain instead of in a cage, because I originally had Ellie in a cage. I had her in this cage, but I had to take her out because she kept jumping out that bitch. So Ellie is extremely athletic. So when people tell y'all that pockets aren't athletic and then this and then that shit ain't true. It just all depends on how you take care of your dog, man. What you feed your dog, if you exercise your dog. A lot of the health issues you can you can breed out of a dog. But since I haven't bred them yet, obviously I can't breed them out of them. So I just find other ways. Which a lot of that shit is your dog's diet. A lot of the health problems that people's dog have is because of the shit that they feed their dogs. A lot of people have these big obese ass dogs and they think because their dog is big and this, that, and the third that their dog is healthy, which is not the case. So that's a little bit of my plans when it comes to breeding my dogs. And honestly, I even think Bella and Apollo would make some crazy pups, but I don't plan on breeding Apollo to Bella. I do think that they would make some crazy ass pups though. Well, a lot of people don't know Bella is actually bigger than Apollo is. Bella is a big ass dog, I'm not gonna lie. They all big dogs, honestly. Besides Ellie, all my dogs are pretty big. Go. What's up, boy? Chew your food, go. And then when it comes to breeding, a lot of the females that I have will correct a lot of the things that I don't necessarily like in the males. For example, Dream and Bella have really wide, deep chests, and Bubba and Apollo don't really have wide and deep chests like I would like them to have. Go. So I feel as though Bella and Dream will correct that. And a lot of people think that a lot of people think that your stud is more important than your male. Your stud is more important than your female, but that's not the case. They say that your female is actually more important than your male when it comes to breeding dogs. You'd rather have a good female than a good male. Well, obviously you like to have two good dogs, but your female would be more important than your male. And in my opinion, I feel like I have two really solid females, so I feel like they'll produce really well. Only time will tell. But with Bella and Dream, well, all of my females, their heat cycle has been really irregular, so it's kind of hard to get them on track when it comes to their heat. I even tried this menstrual powder that I found on Amazon to see if that worked, and then Ellie came in the heat once when I used it, but none of the other females came in the heat, so I stopped using it. So that'll be something that I'll have to figure out. Like I said, I'm not in any rush to breed them, so, but if y'all are interested in pups, definitely stay tuned. I'm expecting a lot of shit out of my dogs, to be honest with you. Probably most excited for Bubba and Bella though, honestly. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here because it's starting to get dark out here, so y'all really ain't even gonna be able to see much. So if you made it this far to the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, send it to your mammy. It'd be greatly appreciated. Here, Ellie. And just like that, we gone.